And that's how you throw it all away in a small town. Everybody's talking cause they know now. Everybody's talking cause they know now. And it's a slow burn, playing in your mind like a rerun. I've been trying to hide it but I can't run from the way I feel when you're next to me.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week, and this week only, I'm going to be attempting to swap my phone screen time for reading, which I am absolutely terrified of because I know that my screen time's not the best. Every single night without fail, I will probably scroll through TikTok, through Instagram and all these other social medias for like 2 hours a night, and I end up giving myself a headache because of how much I'm on my screens. And obviously in this video I want to hold myself accountable, I want to get off my phone, I want to pick up some more books, so this week I'm going to be swapping my screen time for reading and just putting a stop to going on this little thing. I do read a good amount, I do read quite a healthy amount, but that doesn't mean my screen time's good. My screen time can be hours and hours and hours a day, so I'm going to put a stop to that, swap my screen time for reading time for a week, and hopefully just not need my phone anymore. We don't need it, we're going to chuck it away and we're going to read literally forever. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so if you're not sure how this works, I'm going to be using last week's screen time to see how much I read throughout the week. So obviously whatever I did on Monday, I'm going to read for today. Whatever I did on Tuesday, I'm going to read tomorrow, and etc, etc. We're going to get into the screen time stats. Last week, I was on my phone for 35 hours and 43 minutes. That is so close to a full work week and 2 whole days. People go to work 37 hours a week, and that is how much I was on my phone last week. That is crazy. My daily average was around 5 hours and 6 minutes a day, but obviously that can vary depending on the day. It just gives an average of everything. But I think my highest day was around like 7 hours. My most used app was TikTok. There is no surprise there. I spent a total of 8 hours and 3 minutes last week just on TikTok alone. That's like a whole shift. Instagram, I spent 6 hours and 44 minutes. Snapchat, I spent 3 hours and 24 minutes. And I don't even use Snapchat that much. I just text Riley here and there. So we were probably texting for 3 hours and 24 minutes. And YouTube, only an hour and 17 minutes, but I do mainly watch YouTube on my iPad or my TV, so that is why that's a little bit lower. But 8 hours and 3 minutes on TikTok is crazy. 35 hours and 43 minutes. I can't deal with that. Last Monday I was on my phone for 4 hours and 1 minute, so that's how much I'm going to read for today. I'm going to set up a little timer, and whenever I read I'm just going to press play, and obviously when I'm not reading I'll just press pause. That's the good thing about this video. Obviously when I do readathons I literally have to read for that whole time just straight through, but with this one I can pause the timer whenever I'm not reading, which is good as long as I get everything done for that day. So the first book that I'm going to be reading for this video is Carrie, Soto is Back. I'm about 10 pages in right now, so I thought now I'm early days into it, it's perfect just to read for this video. I'm really excited for it because I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. You will know by now, if you are an avid watcher of this channel, that I love Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, so I cannot wait to delve into this. I'm starting on page 10. We've got a 4 hour and 1 minute timer. Here we go. Okay, so I've been reading for around 2 hours now. I've got 2 hours, 1 minute and 19 seconds left. And I've read up to page 119. We have already made a big indent into this book, which is really, really good. I'm really enjoying it so far as well. I just love Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing. She makes her characters seem like real people. It's just so nice to read about because you root for the characters as if they're real. I'm sitting there believing that Carrie Soto is a real life tennis player. Like, she's not. But in my head she is. Cannot wait to carry on. However, I do have a job, unfortunately, that I have to now go to. So I'm working between 2 PM and 6 PM today, so I can't read when I'm there. So I have paused the timer. I'm going to resume it when I get back. And so obviously I've got 2 hours left for today. But I'm going to head there now. I've stopped reading for a little bit, which is so sad because I actually do just want to sit and binge this book. When I get home I can read some more, which is good. So I'm going to head to work. And I'll see you when I get back. Say hey! Guys, I have acquired a little puppy to help us through the screen time challenge. Obviously, as you saw just now, I got up to page 120 of Carrie Soto is Back. I have 2 hours left to read today, and there is a football match on. Oh, okay. Dog's gone. But what better to do when football's on, when your fiance is a football fan, than just read throughout the entire thing. Go! It is hours later and we have completed our 4 hours and 1 minute timer. Best believe I did that 1 minute as well. I managed to get up to page 268 of Carrie Soto's back. I think I got to around 250 within the timer, but then I was in the middle of a chapter, so obviously I had to finish the chapter. I was like, I'm not going to stop in the middle of the chapter, so I ended up reading about 10 pages more. I'm now up to Wimbledon. So excited. I literally don't have much left. I think I'm about 70% of the way through. That means we will be finishing it tomorrow. I kind of just want to carry on reading now, but I have just literally sat and read for like 2 hours straight, so I definitely need a break. But I'm probably just going to stop it for tonight and pick it up again tomorrow. But I'm so immersed in the story. As I said earlier, Taylor Jenkins Reid is so good at making her characters seem real. I'm just rooting for Carrie right now, and I just love her as a person, and I just can't wait to just see how the story goes. I'm gonna probably go to sleep now because after reading for that long straight, I'm like, oh, it's giving readathon vibes. It's giving readathon, and I'm not here for that. Morning everyone, it is Tuesday today, and today's screen time is 4 hours and 20 minutes, and I have, however, already done 40 minutes of it this morning, so we've only got to read for 3 hours and, hold on, I'm bad at maths. What is it? 40 minutes. 3 hours and 40 minutes left for today. I'm on page 308 of Carrie Soto's back, and I'm about to head out for lunch, which is why I've got a bag packed and I'm ready to go. But we're going to go out for lunch, and then later me and Riley are going to the cinema. So obviously it's quite a jam-packed day in order of plans. So I don't know when I'm going to get much reading in. Hopefully this evening later when we get back I can do a little bit more. But I'm hoping to get a little bit done when we're out as well. Even though I should realistically speak to my family because we are going out for lunch with them. But what can you do when you're a booktuber? You've got to do the challenges. So obviously that means we're going to be starting a new book as well. So I'm going to have my mum bring me a book because I actually don't have one on me right now. And then we'll probably start that later. Well, we will. We have to. We have to start that later because I'm definitely going to get Carrie Soto finished probably within the next hour of the challenge. We only have around 60 pages left, so that is the plan. I'm going to head out for some lunch now and see you when I get there. Me and my family go to this lovely place for lunch, and it has a massive garden, tennis courts in the background, and obviously I'm reading Carrie Soto's back, so best believe I'm sat at the tennis courts right now. Not that I'm going to play it or even go in there, but I just thought it was so funny just to see like how I'm reading this book, and now I'm just like, oh my god, tennis! Look at me getting obsessed with sport. Who would have thought it? Not me. We love you, Carrie.
They say it'll always get better, but I had no one to help me through. At the end, always a congratulations, but nowhere when I needed you. Call you a penny in the freezer, 'cause you're two-faced and stone cold.
Okay guys, so I have just finished Carrie Soto's back and thoroughly enjoyed literally every second of that book. I feel like when I wasn't reading today, all I could think about was reading, and I was like, I really want to get back to it. I've never thought about a book this much in my life when I'm not reading, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it. I can officially say that Taylor Jenkins Reid is my favourite author, and I just love her books, and now I've got none left. This was my last one that I have by her. But we're not wasting any time today. I've still got to read for 3 hours. Which is going to be a struggle. So I'm going to pick up my next book now, and I've decided to go for Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez because I've wanted to read this for such a long time now. I've never read an Abby Jimenez book, so hopefully it's a new author that we can love. Now we don't have any TJR in my life anymore, so I'm going to get started on this, start up the clock again, and just see how far we get in the next 3 hours. Obviously I went to the cinema today as well, so my head is just, I need sleep. I'm gonna hate myself for this. It is Wednesday. I had work this morning and ever since getting back all I've done is eat dinner and I've done nothing else. I haven't even thought about picking up my book or reading for this video yet. Today's screen time is the longest one yet with 5 hours and 42 minutes. I honestly do not have faith in myself that I'm going to be able to do this today because I woke up at 7 AM, I've had work, I've come home, all I've done is eat food. What? I have to read for 6 hours. And I haven't even started and it's 6 PM. So even if I read consecutively up until now, we'll be finishing at around midnight. But I know I'm going to need a break or two. But we're going to try and do it. We are going to attempt this challenge. But I have no hope. So as you saw from last night, I just read for the 3 hours and I managed to get up to page 171 of Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I'm near enough halfway through, which obviously means that we are going to be finishing it in the next 5 hours and 42 minutes. I am really enjoying this so far. I love the writing. I really like the way I'm like laughing with the characters. I love the banter in the book. I love how, you know, the characters portray themselves and stuff. So hopefully, I did say that I wanted to hope to like Abby Jimenez's books because I will obviously read them if I like them. Yeah, I don't know, I'm really enjoying this so far, so I'm hoping that she becomes a new fave author of mine because I need some new ones. Obviously I don't have any Taylor Jenkins Reids left anymore. I'm slowly running out of some of my favourite authors' books, so hopefully this is a new one that we will like. I'm going to head to my reading chair, sit there for a bit and start the timer. I'm so not ready.
And that's how you throw it on away in a small town. Everybody's talking cause they know now. Everybody's talking cause they know now. And it's a slow burn, playing in your mind like a rerun. I've been trying to hide it but I can't run from the way I feel when you're next to me. Quiet type said it's a bad time. I tried to call back, got your mom on the line. Is it just me? I hate how this feels to have to be fake, but the fake feels so real. Guess I should have known that you'd never call me back. And that's how you throw it on away in a small town. Everybody's talking cause they know.
It is 10 PM right now. That took me so long to finish and I don't know why because I really enjoyed it. I've literally read up until now straight. I haven't even stopped for a second. But for some reason it took me a long time. But I think it was because I was really enjoying the book. So I wanted to take my time with it. I didn't want to skim. I didn't want to rush. And I wanted to savour it for as long as possible because I really enjoyed this book. I will say though, obviously if you do want to read this book, or I'm guessing other Abby Jimenez books as well, there are little things that are mentioned that maybe you would want to check trigger warnings for. For example, in this book there was mentions of physical and emotional abuse, so obviously just take that into consideration when reading these books. But yeah, this was really good and I cannot wait to read the second one. I'm 100% planning on reading it. I really just want to go and buy all of the rest of her books now because her writing was good. It was so easy to read. I was attached from the characters from the start. It was so good. We have 1 hour, 41 minutes and 51 seconds left on the timer, and obviously I did just say that I have read this for the past like 4 hours straight. So I'm gonna have a break. I'm probably gonna have like 10 minutes just to chill. But I'm thinking I want to read on my Kindle because at night time I just find it so much easier to read on my Kindle. I can just lay down, be all cozy and whatever. I kind of fancy a thriller. I feel like recently I've read a lot of romance books or just normal fiction books and I kind of want something a little bit different. So I'm thinking of reading a thriller on my Kindle, like a Kindle Unlimited one. Probably going to be a Freida McFadden thriller because Freida McFadden is one of my favourite authors, like thriller wise. So yeah, but I'm going to think about it over the next 10 minutes or so, have my little break, and I'll update you when I pick a book. everyone, it is Thursday and today is a longer screen time day as well, and I'm scared. Luckily though, it's not as long as yesterday. Yesterday we read for 5 hours and 42 minutes and today we have to read for 5 hours and 10 minutes. So not as long, but still on the longer side of things. And I'm about to head to Starbucks now. My mum's gonna go and do some shopping, so she is coming with us. And I'm hoping to read in there for about an hour or two, hopefully, get a drink. And I think the autumn drinks menu has come back. So maybe I'll get an autumny drink, but I'm probably just gonna get an iced latte. I don't know what's going on right now, but I need something to keep me awake. I need something to caffeinate me up so I can do this reading challenge today. But I'm gonna head there now and just get started on reading. I'll see you there. Mum. I'm sitting here finishing this book and I'm literally gasping, so I wanted to get my reactions to the last couple of pages on camera just in case, because I think something crazy has just happened and I'm going to read it and just see what... Why can't I ever film without people going past my house? This happens in every video. Anyway, let me get back to this. Oh my goodness. The ending! Freida McFadden, my girl, please. I would sell my soul for you. I would actually read anything she writes. If she gave me a list of, I don't know, what she needs to buy from the shops, her grocery list, I'd be reading it. That was probably my favourite thriller that I've read in a while, or maybe ever. I loved it so much. Anyway, I need to pause the timer. Oh my goodness. We have 1 hour and 58 minutes left. But I kind of fancy like a nice bath. I need to wash my hair because it's so bad. And so I'm probably just going to have a little break, have a bath and hair wash, and then get back to my new book. But I don't know if you saw earlier in this video, I actually picked up Love Theoretically and took it to Starbucks just in case I ended up finishing The Inmate in Starbucks. I ended up obviously reading it at home. But I probably will start this after my bath because I'm really, really excited to read it. And I ended up getting some nice Instagram pictures with it in Starbucks today as well. So I'm going to post them nearer to like the autumn time because they're like autumn vibes. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. I have also just realised I didn't really update you on The Inmate throughout the whole thing. I literally just sort of showed that I was reading it and then haven't really updated you because I've literally read it within a couple of hours over the span of like since last night. But I just wanted to say it's a Freida McFadden thriller. She's my favourite thriller of ever, and it's about a woman who ends up going to a prison to work there as like a nurse practitioner, and she has like a close relationship with one of the inmates from her past, and obviously things happen with that. You learn why he's incarcerated. Something happened to her 11 years ago, and it's like a dual timeline kind of thing. You get 11 years ago when the event happened and now, and oh my god, I was gasping the whole time. Literally, I was sat in Starbucks like this because it was just so good. So I highly recommend that one. She's the author of The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret. They're sort of like her most popular books that I'm aware of, but she's amazing. I would literally read anything she writes. and I can't wait until the Halloween autumn time when I can just binge thrillers, and I'm just going to read every single one of her books. So good. I love you, Freida McFadden. How much did I have to read for today? Let's have a look. Good morning everyone, it is Friday and today's screen time is 4 hours and 5 minutes. However, there is a little plot twist. It's not a plot twist. This morning I woke up and I had such a bad headache. I've had pain behind my eyes and I just didn't feel 100%. I just felt a little bit rough. So all I've done this morning is read. So I've only got 2 hours and 21 minutes left on the timer. I'm currently on page 220 of Love Theoretically. I read up to page 116 last night because I read for those other 2 hours of this book, and I managed to read up to page 116. Obviously have since then read basically 100 pages this morning, but I've been reading so slow today, and I'm not sure if it's because of the science in the book or because of my headache, but obviously those factors have definitely made this a slower read for me. I am enjoying it, don't get me wrong. I'm not enjoying it anywhere near as much as I enjoyed The Love Hypothesis. I was hooked with that book literally from page 1. It was a 5-star read for me. I absolutely loved it. But with this one, I'm into the book, I'm into the story, and it has literally had me giggling out loud. I have been laughing at the jokes, the sarcasm, the banter, and I have thoroughly enjoyed every bit of that. But I feel like it's a little bit too sciencey. However, Ali Hazelwood has come out and said that this is her most science-filled book. So that's maybe what I'm struggling with a little bit, because it's not even science that I'm interested in. I feel like with The Love Hypothesis, it was more biological science, and I do psychology as a degree. There's a lot of biopsychology, a lot of biology involved in what I study, whereas this is purely physics, which has always been my weakest point. This is a little bit too physicsy for me. Atoms and stuff. Not really in the mood to read that. The minute the romance is involved and the minute the two main characters are together, I'm really enjoying this book, don't get me wrong, thoroughly enjoying it. But the minute they're apart and it gets more like workplace based, I'm not enjoying it as much. But hopefully in the second half of the book, 'cause I think I'm about 60% of the way through right now, but hopefully in the second half of the book it can sort of like redeem itself a little bit more. So I'm going to read for the next 2 hours or so, see where I get. Maybe I'm just not in the right mood for this right now. But I am enjoying it. I don't know. I actually don't know anymore. I've still got a headache. My pain behind my eyes is really bad. So I am struggling to read a little bit again, which is why I'm reading slower. But I'm going to read for the next 2 hours. It will be slow. I'm not going to lie to you. It won't be another 200 pages because I am reading slower today due to my head. But I'm sure we can get another little chunk of this book done. I really want to get it finished by the end of this video so I can like properly review it for you. But I just don't think I'm going to get it done in the next 2 hours or so. And I'm not going to force myself to finish it because of my headache. 2 hours and 22 minutes. Let's go. That's really cute. Okay guys, we have finished the 4 hours and 5 minute timer of today, and I got up to page, well, chapter 21, page 304. Obviously I have not finished the book, so I can't give you like a wrap up of this last little bit. But the only thing I will say about it is that I find the pacing of the book so weird. As I just said, I am enjoying the book. You know, as the romance started to progress, I obviously started enjoying the book a lot more. But this is very workplace based, very science based, and just the majority of the book is like a normal fiction book with a subplot of romance. Don't go into this thinking that it's going to be like a massive love story. I don't actually think this is marketed as a romance, but the front cover has two people kissing on it, so it can be easily misled into thinking it's a romance. However, with the pacing, I just feel like the workplace stuff is so fast paced. The career stuff, so fast paced. The lifestyle stuff, so fast paced. But the romance is so slow. It's giving slow burn, and I'm not a slow burn gal, or I am within reason. There's only so much of a slow burn that I can take. This is a really minor spoiler, but I was 70% of the way through the book and they still hadn't kissed yet. 70%, like that is a lot. Fair enough, 60%, fair enough, 65, but 70% without any course of action whatsoever. I don't care enough about the rest of the story. I've read quite a few slow burns this year. I literally have read so many books where they haven't kissed till about 60-70%, but there's been enough other plot for me to be interested in it, whereas because this is very science-based, aside from the romance, I kind of don't find myself caring much about anything other than the relationship in this book. So I feel like that's where my problem lies. I feel like if I cared a little bit more about the science or the workplace or the industry or anything like that, I wouldn't mind the lack of romance as much, but I feel like because I'm going into this thinking, oh my god, this is going to be like Adam and Olive's book when it's fully romance based from the start, I'm a bit disappointed so far. But hopefully the last 80 pages redeems itself. I'm hoping. I'm not going to finish this book in this video because we have done our timer for the day. I'll probably finish this book later, but I've done the screen time, so I'm ending the video. But I just feel like I find myself comparing it to The Love Hypothesis too much. That was such a good book. I literally rated it 5-star. I loved it so much. Literally from page 1 I was gripped. This is 100% a good book, and the sarcasm, as I said earlier, the banter and everything, the way the characters are all brought in together is very, very good. It is written so well. I will not fault Ali Hazelwood because she's an amazing author, and the way this is written is just amazing. But I feel like I went into it thinking it was going to be a little bit more romance based, whereas obviously it's not. So that's my complete own fault. Maybe if I read this on a different day I would have enjoyed it a lot more. But obviously, as I said, I've still got 80 pages left. As the romance has sort of just started from where I am now, the next 80 pages have to be romance based. But I am just going to do a little wrap up of everything that I've done this week. I'm going to go and grab the books quickly now. I got all the books that we read in this video, and it is quite a cute and sweet little wrap up. So of course we started this video with Carrie Soto's back. I was 10 pages in from last weekend, and then we started from page 10 and read on Monday for 4 hours and 1 minute, and we ended up reading to page 268. On Tuesday I read for 4 hours and 20 minutes, finished this book, and then got up to page 180 of Part of Your World. Wednesday we read for 5 hours and 42 minutes. I then finished this and then picked up the Inmate on my Kindle. And then Thursday we read for 5 hours and 10 minutes, so I managed to finish the Inmate, and I feel like it was my quickest read out of all of the books in this video. But I think because it was a thriller and it was really fast paced, it made me really enjoy it more. But I do think it was the shortest book that I've read. I think it was around 302 pages. And then once I finished that, I still had 2 hours left on my timer, so I picked up Love Theoretically. I managed to read up to page 116 of this last night, and then have since read up to page 300 this morning in the last 4 hours of today's screen time. So that is the little wrap up of today's video. So of course last week's screen time was 35 hours and 53 minutes. That's 36 hours that we have read for this week, and I have successfully done every single day. And to be honest, I don't even think my screen time is that bad. My screen time in the past has 100% been in that 6 to 8 hour mark every single day. So if my screen time does get really, really bad again, I will definitely do a part 2 to this video and do it again. So these are the books that we read in this video. We definitely found some favourites. We definitely found some hidden gems in these books, and I'm thoroughly glad that I did this video, because it goes to show that you can read 4 books a week if you really set your mind to it and if you really minimize that screen time. So maybe you can take some inspiration from this. Get off your phone, get off your iPad, whatever you're watching me on now. As long as you've watched the whole video, you can leave now and go and pick up your books. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. Let me know your highest screen time that you've ever had, because I need to know, and I want you to read it, and I want you to let me know how that goes. I love you guys lots, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.